counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, you got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up on all things Milwaukee Brewers and Los Angeles Dodgers for game number 2 of the series. It'll be Freddie Peralta on the bump for Milwaukee, going up against Emmett Sheehan of the LA Dodgers. July 19th, 8:10, first pitch today from Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium. Game number 98 of the season. Milwaukee Brewers now 17 games above 500. Welcome into the leadoff show. First thing we do on every show.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Starting things off with the Los Angeles Dodgers lineup today. Shohei Ohtani will lead things off. He is the DH. Will Smith will be catching. He'll bat second. Freddie Freeman at first base will bat third. Teoscar Hernandez is in the cleanup spot. He's in right field. Andy Pages will bat fifth and play center field. Michael Conforto bats sixth, plays left field. Tommy Edman at third base bats seventh today. Haesung Kim will be at second base. He bats eighth. Miguel Rojas is the shortstop. He will bat ninth for the LA Dodgers. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers lineup. Bryce Terang at second base leads things off. William Contreras is catching. He'll bat second. Jackson Chourio in right field will bat third. Christian Yelich is the DH. He bats fourth today. Andrew Vaughn batting fifth will play first base. Isaac Collins in left field will bat sixth. Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, batting seventh today. Blake Perkins in center field will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop today for the Crew. Well, the Milwaukee Brewers just continue to roll right now. 8 in a row after beating the Los Angeles Dodgers yesterday in the first game post All-Star break. Brewers now 57-40, just one game back of the Chicago Cubs and of one of the top records in all of baseball. That would make them tied with the Cubs for the best record if they were able to come back from that game. Cubs are currently up now 3-0 over the Boston Red Sox in Wrigley. And the Brewers continuing to shine, 32-12 now since May 25th. It's the best record in baseball, a high water mark now of 17 games above 500. How did they get to 17? We go through it on the first segment of every show.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Quinn Priester on the bump for Milwaukee yesterday, going up against Tyler Glasnow. And in the first inning, we get our first highlight. Quinn Priester was dealing early in this one. How about striking out not just Shohei Ohtani, not just Shohei and Mookie Betts, but Shohei, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman all in the first inning yesterday.
Next as Ohtani swings and misses at that. Got him. Another collider to strike out Betts, and now just Sinker Nation.
Absolute filth with Sinker Nation to finish off Freddie Freeman. Jump ahead to the second inning, and while Quinn Priester continues to deal, he's getting some help from his defense. Andy Pages at the plate. William Contreras with a heck of a play.
Popped him up behind home plate. Contreras got a late break on it and slides and caught it. Unbelievable play by William Contreras. He's able to hang on and slide up against the netting and make the plays.
Great play by William Contreras. All highlights courtesy of FanDuel Sports Network as well. And Quinn Priester wasn't getting the offense in this game by any means. The Milwaukee Brewers have 9 hits in the ball game total, but couldn't get anything working through the first 4 innings of the game. Then we jump to the 5th. Isaac Collins would lead things off with a walk. A ground ball by Jake Bowers would not move the runner over. Caleb Durbin decided he would do it himself.
There's a liner down into the corner, and the Brewers are going to take the lead. Durbin around first. He's headed for his second. RBI double. Caleb Durbin, and right on cue, the bottom of the order delivers.
No one was safe from Quinn Priester after Caleb Durbin gave them the lead 1-0 in the 5th. In the bottom part of the 5th, he would strike out the side again. This time it was Teoscar Hernandez, Michael Conforto, and Andy Pajes. Jumping ahead to the 7th inning now, after Quinn Priester would go 6 innings in this contest. He would strike out 10, no walks, just 3 hits allowed. Those would be the only 3 hits the Dodgers would have in the ball game. Caleb Durbin, with 2 outs and a full count, would get his second RBI via the big fly in the inning.
Durbin, center field, sends Pajes back at the track and gone. Caleb Durbin goes deep in L.A. He's driven in both for the Brewers. That's home run number 5.
Caleb Durbin, 2 RBIs in the game, and that one a big fly. In the 7th inning, Abner Uribe would come in. Blake Perkins actually got his first bit of action, was subbed into center field. After a leadoff walk, a flyout, then a ground ball into a double play, Uribe faces the minimum. Jared Koenig would come in the 8th inning and have another 1-2-3 inning. Trevor McGill closes things out in the 9th inning as well, a 1-2-3 inning. Brewers win 2-0, and Quinn Priester improves to 8-2 on the season. Tyler Glasnow, who has pitched well in 2 outings against the Brewers, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts in yesterday's ball game. He gets the loss. He is now 1-1 on the season. Trevor McGill, his 22nd save after the 1-2-3 inning.
The MVP of the last game for the Crew. Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Well, we read his stat line already, but it really was an eye test as well yesterday with Quinn Priester. I'm getting really excited about what Quinn Priester has been doing now for the Milwaukee Brewers. 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, just 3 hits allowed for Quinn Priester. Since that Cubs game, he's been unhittable. It feels that way. Listen to his last few outings, right? 6 innings, no earned runs against the Dodgers, 10 strikeouts. Nationals, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Miami, in which he came in a relief role, 4 2/3, 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. 7 innings against Colorado, in which he had 11 strikeouts. Really, just dominance from Quinn Priester. Has not had more than that 4 earned run performance early in July against Miami. Everything else has just been another 6-inning outing against St. Louis, June 15th. 6 innings against Atlanta. 6 innings against Philadelphia. 6 innings against Pittsburgh. That's all he does. 6 innings, 3 or less earned runs. These are quality starts from Quinn Priester. He spoke to the media after the game. Here is Quinn Priester after 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, no walks against the Los Angeles Dodgers yesterday.
Just felt like I was kind of in control of everything. Felt like I was hitting spots, executing the game plan. The cutter definitely was working more today than, especially against those right-handed hitters, and then we were able to keep them off balance that way. And then, we finished with a lot of fastballs for strikeouts, which is great to see, because I know the breaking stuff's really good, and if we can start getting the swing and miss late on the fastball, it would be a really good thing for us.
It seemed like you were pretty fired up at Chris Hook after your last inning. Can you just share what you're willing to share about your conversation and what you liked about tonight?
No, I was having a lot of fun out there and felt really, really good. Felt like, you know, it didn't feel like the stuff was coming down yet. And, you know, if they needed another inning out of me, you know, it's pretty much like, hey, man, like, I'm fucking sorry. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm feeling good. So I guess it was more when he told me I was out of the game, I wanted to stay in it. And that was it. It wasn't, you know, negative in any way, obviously. It was more just me, you know, feeling really good, feeling like I had some more in the tank. But ultimately, you know, I did my job tonight, and then, you know, we had everybody come in, and Uribe, Abner, it's the same guy, Jared, and Trevor close it out. And great defense as always. It's a team game, and that's, you know, I'm there to do my job until they take the ball out of my hand.
You had the 11 strikeouts against the Rockies last month. Did you feel like this was more crisp?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just a little bit different. You know, we executed really, really well. You know, I thought it was really good.
How important was the pace you were working with? It seemed like you were really in a rhythm out there and like going really fast with Contreras.
Definitely. That was something that we had kind of identified in the last couple starts. Haven't been, or you know, the last one against Nationals just wasn't as crisp, like you said. And one of the things we identified was just starting to move a little bit slow. It started to look like the thoughts were creeping back in. It's like, hey, just go out there and attack, man. Like, go out there and, you know, I think what we said before, and this is something I learned from Steven Brault way back with the Pirates, was like, try and get a pitch, or try and get an out with every single pitch you throw. Like, I'm not throwing this pitch just to try and steal a strike here. Like, I want you to swing, I want you out. And so we took that mentality, and it's really easy to be really aggressive with that mentality. And then we got to 2 strikes and executed.
How fun is it to pitch the way that you did tonight against that lineup and coming out of the break, and now you guys have the season series against LA?
Yeah, feels good. Definitely wanted to be ready, you know, for this team to keep everything rolling, to keep the momentum. Did that. So I was really proud of it, and now we just get ready to, you know, get to the ballpark and keep getting better tomorrow. And you know, the excitement, let it, you know, enjoy it and recognize, you know, things I need to be proud of. But then tomorrow there's going to be things that I know I could have done a little bit better, and then we just go from there and just keep getting a little bit better.
There is Quinn Priester speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy of Kurt Hogue on Twitter. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Quinn Priester, since that Cubs game I was talking about, which goes all the way back to May 2nd, so from May 7th on, here are his outings. He has 13 games. The Brewers are 10-3 in games in which he pitches in. He has a 2.52 ERA. His earned runs are 20 over 71 innings. 63 strikeouts in that time, and he is 7-2 as well. Quinn Priester absolutely shoving. His ERA at that time against the Cubs was at 5.79 after that game. It now sits at 3.33 after that dominating performance over the LA Dodgers. Pat Murphy speaking to the media after the game, FanDuel Sports Network, courtesy of this post-game sound. Here is the manager after the 2-0 victory over Los Angeles.
Yeah, he was as good as I've seen him. You know what I mean? And we were going to take him out for Freddie, or for Ohtani, and I just felt like he deserved it. He's got 6 innings of shutout going, and I felt like he deserved it, and he would grow a lot from doing this. And his stuff was still solid. And William and him did a great job navigating through a great lineup. And you know, I hope Priester realizes how good that outing was. And then our bullpen, all of them, Uribe, Koenig, and McGill, that was nice.
What about just how efficient he was, too? It was only 77 pitches, and there was a couple, like that 7-pitch inning, and he was able to get through them really quickly.
He's got good stuff, good movement. He's 4 pitches. He's divvying them all up. You know, it's not just going 1 pitch. You know, he's got 4 pitches going, and William did a great job of sequencing. And Priester's, he's a great competitor, as we've seen. And so we had good defense behind him. And, the catch by William goes unnoticed. You know, the line drive double play with Durbin and Turang, and Ortiz's play at the end. unbelievable. So played good defense, and offensively we could have capitalized more, but Durbin was kind of a one-man show there for a while, but we kept pecking away. Glasnow was great. He was fabulous, throwing 100 in the sixth too. So they're going to win a lot of games with that guy pitching in that lineup.
Earlier today, you were talking about how much you love how this team has competed. Just how did you see that mentality manifest itself tonight?
Yeah, they stayed after it. It's hard to beat the Dodgers at home, and it's hard to come in here if you've never, I'm not sure many of these guys have been here before. Durbin's never played here, and I don't think Collins has played here. Andrew Vaughn, I don't think, has played here. The other guys have maybe been here once, and we haven't done great here in the last couple of years. So it was nice to get the first one.
Have you seen Quinn's cutter be that effective?
Yeah, it's been a 50-50 pitch. It hasn't been that great, but it was effective tonight, and they had to honor it. And then when you got the ball going one way and another one going another way, that's tough to do and tough to handle. He was crisp early as I've seen him, so that little added rest I think really helped. So.
You guys are playing with the Dodgers back to back, and I'm sure there is an advantage and disadvantage. Like, how did you use that last outing in Milwaukee for this one?
How do we use it?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't get any easier, that's for sure. And when you get the good results at home, and then you got to play them on the road, knowing they're going to come back. You understand they're going to come back with a vengeance, and we've played a bunch of close games against them. And things have went our way, so it helps you prepare a little bit because you're used to it. You know who's hot and who's not. Who might be a tick off their game, and you might make a decision because, well, you know what, so and so's not swinging like he normally does, so we can attack him here differently. And that's really on William. Contreras deserves a lot of credit with how he attacked him tonight.
Murph, what's the significance of taking the season series against them?
Yeah, I don't think that's been done in,
2014.
Since the turn of the century. I don't know. I don't believe I'll. No, I feel like it's been a long time. So. But I don't think in terms of season series, I know there's a significance there, but I don't like to even think like that. I hear the facts and I go, okay, good, but let's just continue to play good. I think, offensively we left some things on the table tonight. So, yeah, hopefully we can continue to improve. But, Collins had good at-bats and helped us. Durbin was unbelievable. These are guys that you guys have never heard of. There's nobody in Japan who knows Isaac Collins or Caleb Durbin. Happy, as we call them. No one in the whole country knows who they are. Is that true?
I don't know. You said it. I didn't say it.
Am I not supposed to say that?
Baseball fans, Murph.
I'm saying they're good people, and they don't know who those guys are.
There is the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking to the media after the game. Again, the audio courtesy of FanDuel Sports Network. A couple other news and notes I just want to bring up here. Caleb Durbin, in his last 27 games, is batting .372, .956 OPS right now. And the Milwaukee Brewers are now going to be, they are 17 games above 500. They have 0 players on their team with an OPS over 800 for the season. I don't know if they just continue to shove on the pitching side. This was a great tweet I saw the other day, yesterday as well. Career ERA before coming to the Brewers and their ERA this season. Quinn Priester's career ERA was 6.23 before he was a Brewer. It's now 3.33. Jose Quintana, 3.74. It's 3.28 this season. Trevor McGill, 6.03. It's 2.34 this season. Grant Anderson, 6.35. Now 2.85 this season. Jared Koenig, 5.72. It's now 3.60. Nick Mears, 4.92. It's now 2.41. DL Hall, 436. It's 238 this season. Rob Zastryzny, 470. It's 203 this season. Chris Hook, I mean, give it up. Chris Hook again. Just phenomenal work so far this season. The Brewers' starting pitching rotation this year's ERA is 3.35. That is third best in all of baseball. Since June 1st, the bullpen ERA is second best in baseball and first in the National League at 2.83, just behind Texas at 2.78. Coming up, we're going to talk to Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Get some of the best bets if you guys want to get any action in on today's game. It is the leadoff show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
See you later. Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up on all things Brewers Dodgers for Game 2 from Los Angeles. Before we get over to Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, let me run down the Milwaukee Brewers lineup again for you guys here today. Bryce Terang is at second base, leading things off. William Contreras is catching. He will bat second. Jackson Chourio in right field bats third. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat fourth today. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat fifth. Isaac Collins in left field bats sixth. Caleb Durbin is the third baseman, batting seventh today. Blake Perkins in center field will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, rounds things out for the Crew. He will bat ninth. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, he is Sportsbook manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Our good buddy, Austin Herdina, now live on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. Austin, how are we doing this evening, my friend?
Very well. Another Brewer victory yesterday. It just keeps going. 8 in a row. Is it 8 in a row now?
8 in a row again for the second time this year. Yes, 8 in a row now.
Oh man, I'm really looking forward to talking to you tomorrow after 9 in a row.
Okay, a little bit of foreshadowing maybe. I mean, 17 games above 500. Quinn Priester all of a sudden is just a stud now here. Not even really all of a sudden. We just went through his numbers over his last 13 appearances to get a 2.5 ERA. This Brewers team, Austin, do you remember ever having this type of pitching performance out of a team? Because that feels like what is keeping this team in an elite status right now. Obviously, the bats, Caleb Durbin has a monster game yesterday, but not a whole lot other than that. But I just want to watch them pitch. Give them a 2-run lead and let's see 27 outs. That's what I'd like to see every time when I watch Brewers baseball.
I don't think I'm exaggerating at all by saying this is the best Brewers pitching performance that I've seen in my lifetime. I feel like during this streak, I mean, I think we've allowed like 15 runs in the last like 8 games. That's incredible. I mean, that's less than 2 runs a game against some top teams. I mean, the Dodgers are one of the top teams in all of baseball, and we know that 5 of the games are against them. I mean, it's a streak that we're going to keep going, and we got our ace on the mound tonight. I'm looking at the games tonight. You know, obviously we got the small underdog with the Brewers again.
Yeah.
Here we are, you know, we won 8 in a row, beating the Dodgers, you know, so many times in a row. And we're still the underdog with our ace on the mound.
Still the underdog. Looking at the most popular bets with Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You mentioned it. Brewers plus 110 on the money line today, and the minus 1.5 for the Dodgers on the run line. Over under set at 8 today, Austin. Sounds like you want to rock with the Brewers again.
I do. So, yeah, the last 6 starts that Freddie Peralta has started, the Brewers have won. The last 6 starts that Freddie Peralta has started, he's gotten at least 6 strikeouts. So give me the Brewers to win and Peralta over 5.5 strikeouts. And to throw a little something else on there, I like Christian Yelich come up with a hit tonight. So Peralta over 5.5 strikeouts, Brewers to win, Yelich to get a hit. We're looking at plus 410.
Plus 410 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook for that parlay. Brewers money line, Peralta over 5.5 strikeouts. Yelich to record a hit, pays plus 410 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin Herdina joining the leadoff show. Austin, big UFC fight night tonight, or rather the pay-per-view, not actually UFC fight night. Holloway versus Poirier. You got to lean on that one. Maybe just a little side bet here to sprinkle in for the people.
You know, so this is Poirier's retirement match. He's made it clear that this will be his final match. Looking at the previous fight, this is the 3rd time these guys have fought each other.
Yeah.
And Max Holloway, to me, is the better fighter right now today in 2025. You know, these guys last couple of years ago, you know, maybe a little different story. But right now today, Max Holloway is the better fighter. So I'm going to take him to win. He's a small favorite. I think he's around minus 130 maybe right now.
Minus 139 over at the Sportsbook.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Holloway in that one. Pretty good card tonight. All 5 fights. We got starting at 9 o'clock. Right now we got the prelims on. Brewers game obviously coming up at 8 o'clock. And then even boxing, we got Manny Pacquiao. He's 46 years old. He's still fighting.
Yeah.
You could come place a bet on him if you'd like, or against him. So yeah, we got quite a bit going on. WNBA All-Star game tonight, full slate of baseball. So much going on.
So much going on over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And then on top of that, Austin, again, if you want to book a table, if you want to watch a future UFC event, SummerSlam coming up beginning of August, how do people do that?
Go to Potawatomi.com and go to the Sportsbook tab and then click on reservations, and you'll see the events in the calendar. And you're able to choose the type of seating you want, and you're putting money down as a deposit towards your food and beverage. So it's no flat charge for the seats. It's just money that you're promising to pay in food and beverage costs.
Do they, when they go to the Potawatomi Sportsbook, if you want to get a job, do they just make sure that they find the most hospitable people possible? I mean, do they have previous experience in the casino or in the sportsbook game? Because every time you go there, it's just the nicest people, Austin.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I've done a lot of hiring lately, actually, because we're trying to ramp up our staffing for football season, because we know just how busy it can get for football season. We want to have all those windows open and make sure that everyone can get their bets placed as soon as possible. So, yeah, it's something that, when we hire people in, we give them some training, customer service classes. So, it's just a focus, it's we want to get your bet right for you, and we want to do it in a hospitable way.
Well, you guys are doing a great job at it. One more time, the parlay for the people today. It is Brewers money line. Freddie to get over 5.5 strikeouts. Christian Yelich to record a hit. Hey, if you throw that Max Holloway in there, it'll pay plus 777. Otherwise, it pays plus 410 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook for that Brewers parlay of Brewers money line, Peralta 6 strikeouts, Yelich 1 hit. Austin, thanks so much for jumping on today. Have a great rest of your night, my friend. Enjoy the game, enjoy the card, and of course, go Brewers.
Yeah, plus 777. That's a jackpot right there.
Yeah,
I think that's what you got to go with.
It seems juicy, right? I like it. I like it indeed. Austin, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you.
There he is, Austin Herdina, joining the leadoff show from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Jumps off the fan guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call. That's all.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner. Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Skip the debt. Learn a trade. Apply now at iwl8.org. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long as we take a look through the minor leagues and build a winner through Ironworkers Local 8. A little different real quick. I will run through the scores again, but some news coming from the MLB draft in that the Brewers have signed their first-round comp pick, Brady Abel. He spoke today. He was in L.A. He is currently in L.A. watching the Brewers take on the Dodgers for game number 2 tonight. Dino Abel is the third base coach of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I wanted to give you guys your first preview here of Brady Abel as he spoke to Kurt Hogue before today's game. Here is Brady Abel on signing with the Milwaukee Brewers today.
Brady, just to be able to sign here, I'm guessing your family was all here. How special was that moment?
Yeah, pretty special. I had my family in here, watched me sign, and we're at Dodger Stadium where I grew up, and it's pretty cool to be on the Brewers side now.
How's the last week been, transitioning from being a Dodger to being a Brewer while the Dodgers are playing the Brewers again?
Yeah, super exciting. What a dream come true, and I can't wait to start my career. And yeah, we're here, like you said, and the Brewers are playing Dodgers, and I grew up here, and hopefully Brewers start beating the Dodgers up. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Have you always felt some sort of connection to the Brewers, just given the scout team and whatnot?
Yeah, just since I was 14, always playing area codes, Jupiter with the Brewers, so they know me the best, and I'm excited to be a Brewer.
Brady, a couple weeks ago, you were taking BP at American Family Field with your dad throwing to you.
Yeah.
A couple weeks later, here you are at Dodger Stadium on the other side, like you said. How crazy of a feeling is that?
Yeah, super crazy. It's kind of weird too, seeing my dad on the other side now pretty soon. So, like I said, now I'm a Brewer. Now we got to beat the Dodgers now. So let's do it. Yeah.
How would you describe your game? What would your self-scouting report?
Yeah, I love competing. I just love going out there playing ball, and I love doing it all. I try to get better in what I could and take it day by day.
Any of those guys in there that you were excited to talk to or meet?
Yeah, all them guys. Christian Yelich, a lot of dudes. Yeah, I still haven't talked to most of them, but I will. Yeah.
Is there any parting advice that your dad has given you?
Any what?
Any parting advice since your dad has given you since you?
Yeah, just growing up, he's always have. So now I'm starting my career and can't wait to get going.
What's next for you? You're going to Arizona right away? Take some time, yeah?
Yeah, so Arizona is coming up and can't wait to get to work.
How surreal is this feeling to
Yeah,
to be jumping right in. I'm guessing it's, like you said, it's what you've always wanted to do and what you've always dreamed of.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm so excited. Can't wait to get to work, and I'm super happy.
Have you connected with any other guys in this class?
The
Brewers class, yeah.
A couple of guys, yeah, but I'll see them when I see them. Yeah.
Nashville Sounds.
That was Brady Abel speaking to Kurt Hogue earlier today. Audio courtesy of Kurt Hogue on Twitter. Nashville yesterday picks up the victory over Indianapolis. Daz Cameron, 2 home runs. Jefferson Cuero, 3 for 4 in the game. Tyler Black, 3 for 4 in the game. And more importantly, it was Nestor Cortez making his 3rd start on his current rehab assignment. He with 6 innings in 6 innings they won that game. Nestor threw 5 1/3, 80 pitches, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts for Nestor Cortez.
Biloxi Shuckers.
AA 4-2 victory over the Montgomery Biscuits. Matthew Wood 3 for 3 in the game. He had a double as well. AA Biloxi won the first half. They win their 50th game on the season now. 8-11, trying to bounce back here in the second half. However, though, winning your first half championship in the Southern League automatically clinches you in postseason play.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Timber Rattlers lose 5-4 in 10 innings yesterday over Cedar Rapids. That is the high A affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. Jadhir Arenamo notched his 2nd 4-hit game of the season, had a homer in the game. He has 99 hits on the year. That is the most in the organization since July 3rd. He has 5 multi-hit games, and he's batting .362 during that time.
Carolina Mudcats.
Mudcats yesterday win 3-0 over Delmarva. That game went final during the leadoff show yesterday. Luis Pena, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Eric Patanti, 1 for 3 with a double in yesterday's game. And Josh Adamczewski was back, reinstated from his rehab stint with the Complex League. Went 2 for 3 and a double as well. Speaking of the Complex League,
Arizona Complex League Brewers.
They win 5-4, now 29-27 on the year. Dominican Summer League, one of the games rained out, suspended in the DSL Blue. DSL Gold yesterday losing to the Cubs Blue team. Jonathan Rangel, however, 1 for 3. And remember, on Sunday, tomorrow, Jonathan Rangel will be in the DSL All-Star game at the Diamondbacks complex in the Dominican Republic. Also pitching in there, Yohan Pena. And on top of that, Steven Duran will be the other representative. 3 representatives for the Milwaukee Brewers in the DSL All-Star game. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. I would like to say this as well. We continue to do Building a Winner every day, and a lot of people excited about this Milwaukee Brewers team at the major league level this season specifically. I don't think any of these prospects are going anywhere. My prediction, I don't think that the Milwaukee Brewers are making a trade. I know some people want Eugenio Suarez. Caleb Durbin is not going anywhere. People saying that, well, just move Durbin over to second base. Have Bryce Terang play short. Joey Ortiz gets out of the lineup. It's not that sweet. It's not that sweet. They tried it with Terang in spring training, and then it hurt his shoulder. He didn't like it. He had all the issues. They're not going to try it out again in the middle of the season. I don't think they're going to make a move. The team, so deep at pitching right now. You're looking at a starting 5 of some order of Peralta, Mizorowski, Priester, Woodruff, Quintana. That's just the 5. Nestor Cortez has to come back. Robert Gasser just began a rehab assignment now. If they are going to make a trade, they're going to move one of these arms. I don't know what they're going to get for it, but I don't expect really much coming back in return. Probably some more prospect depth. Because right now, the team, how can you say you have to replace anyone on the team? I know Joey Ortiz has been underwhelming for some. Made a hell of a play yesterday to end the game. Throwing from his side. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see a move being made. I think they have to make one for, to get the pitching depth situated, but you also have plenty of guys that can just help you get to this point now for the Milwaukee Brewers. We'll ask Drew Wagner about it on the other side. He's going to join the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Sign your kids up now for July open tryouts at focusbaseball.com, ages 6 to 17.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you. Let me run down Milwaukee's lineup one more time before we get over to Drew Wagner joining the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bryce Terang leads things off. He's at second base. William Contreras is catching. He will bat second. Jackson Churio in right field bats third. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat fourth. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat fifth. Isaac Collins in left field bats sixth. Caleb Durbin at third base bats seventh. Blake Perkins in center field will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He bats ninth for the crew. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can follow his work at Forbes Sports and the Fan Milwaukee. You can follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner. It is Drew Wagner joining the leadoff show here on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. Mr. Wagner, how are we doing tonight, my friend?
We're doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing very well. And Drew, I want to start things off. I know we should talk about yesterday, but it got me thinking when Quinn Priester went out there and just absolutely shoved against the Dodgers. Caleb Durbin had a monster performance on the offensive side. Drew, I want to talk about the trade deadline, and I want everyone to listen to us when we talk because I think we're in agreement here. Why do you want anything to change about this team right now? 8-game winning streak, 17 games above 500. Drew, why make it make sense to me?
I can't make it make sense. I see the same thing you're seeing. I hear the same thing you're hearing, especially today after Suarez went out and hit a home run to lead off the game down in Arizona. Get him, give up the farm to get him. And I just don't get what you're going to do because you're going to be taking a very productive member of the lineup out of the lineup. And it's not as easy as moving Caleb Durbin over to shortstop. I don't know if the move exists offensively that makes this team significantly better. I don't see it out there right now. I could be wrong, but I just don't see what the answer is to all the people saying, go get a bat, go get a bat.
Drew, do you think that their hands are tied, however, at the deadline to move one of these arms? Because now Nestor Cortez is looking at, he's about to come back. He's just made another great rehab start. They have maybe the best rotation in baseball right now with a mix of, Peralta, Miz, Woody, Quintana, and Priester. But they're running out of room, and it is crowded in the starting rotation. Do you think that's where my brain goes, where maybe if a move is made, it would be to get one of these starting pitchers off the team?
Yeah, I think that's the logical solution, right? And it may not be a very big, high-profile deal. It could be as something as Nestor Cortez being dealt away for someone the Brewers happen to like in another team's AAA roster. And people might complain about that, but I'm going to point to Andrew Vaughn as a leading example of what some of those trades can turn out like. They're going to need help in the bullpen, no doubt about it. I think that's what you're going to see the Brewers go after, and I think that might be the extent of what you get for a guy like Nestor Cortez. I don't see him finishing the season with the Brewers. I don't see them, burning that Quinn Priester option. I don't see them moving him to the bullpen. I don't see them sending Miz down to finish out the season down there. I just don't see the big move out there that makes this team better. But I agree with you where I do see that maybe they move a pitcher, probably Cortez, off the roster to ease some of that logjam.
Drew Wagner joining the leadoff show, talking a little bit about possibilities at the deadline for the Crew. But let's talk just Quinn Priester. Yesterday, maybe his most impressive, I don't even want to say maybe, his most impressive outing yesterday. 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, no walks against the LA Dodgers. What is going on with Quinn Priester? His last 13 appearances now here. The Crew are 10-3 in games in which he's pitched in. He's 8-2 on the year. His ERA is 2.52 in those 13 games as well this year. What is clicking so well for Quinn Priester that couldn't work anywhere else that the Brewers figured out?
It's hard to say. Listen, the Brewers have a way of ironing out flaws, be it flaws in the mechanics, be it flaws in the pitch mix, be it flaws in the arsenal, whatever it is. The Brewers have a way of finding ways, effective ways, to address and correct problems like that and get the most out of pitchers. Quinn Priester, again, the latest example. What he did yesterday was spectacular. That was absolutely beautiful. I mean, he carved up that Los Angeles Dodgers lineup, and that is one hell of a lineup. For him to go out there and do that is nothing short of amazing. It's hard to forget that technically he's not a rookie because I think he had 21 appearances over the span of 2-3 seasons for Boston and Pirates. But for all intents and purposes, this is basically his first chance to do it for extended periods of time. And so in some ways it is kind of like he's a rookie. He's learning on the go and he's just getting better and better. He's taking what works well into the next outing, and he's also learning from what doesn't work. and he goes into those days in between looking to fine-tune and refine certain things that aren't clicking on all cylinders for him. That's the sign of a guy who just wants to get better, who probably is going to get better.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw some of the clips from the game yesterday, but he was talking with Hook after the 6th inning, and you could tell he was amped up. You could tell he was fired up. He was excited that it just was working. What are those conversations typically with Chris Hook or the pitching coach or Jim Henderson, whoever it might be? When things are going well, you know a coach is there to help correct things for you when, things are going wrong. But when everything's clicking, when everything's working, when you're excited and you're talking to a pitching coach, what are those conversations like? Are they just reassuring? Are they excited together? What goes into those conversations between, successful outings and a pitching coach?
I think it's reassuring. I think it's a matter of, reminding him of what he did to accomplish that, what he did to get to this point, reinforce the things that are working. And there's always going to be things that you can fine tune and nitpick, even in the best performances. There's always going to be stuff that you can hone in on and get a little bit better at. I think the job of a pitching coach after an outing like that is to say, okay, this is what worked for you. How do we replicate this every single time that you take the ball back from the catcher? I think that's what the conversations are like.
Well, whatever the conversation was, keep having it with Quinn Priester. 3.33 ERA now on the season, 8-2 as well. I don't think anyone could have predicted Quinn Priester to be at this point, this part of the season. Drew Wagner joining the leadoff show. Follow him on Twitter @ByAndrewWagner. And Drew, after 4 victories over the LA Dodgers, what does that do for the confidence of this team? The Brewers are sniffing the best record in the National League. They're sniffing the best record in baseball right now. And we talked about how we think that Pat Murphy and the team really likes being the hunter and not the hunted. But it's got to do something for the confidence when you're 4-0 against the Dodgers and the pitching staff carves maybe the best lineup up in baseball every single time that they faced him now this year, Drew.
Yeah, when you have a pitching staff like that, that automatically gives you confidence going out on the field, knowing that you have a shot to win. And we've talked about this. That's 4 victories against the Dodgers, and they've played pretty good baseball in each of those 4 games. They've been pretty close games in each of those 4 games, save for that first one where I think it was, 9-1, 9-2, something like that. They jumped out early on Yamamoto. But the rest of them have been scrapers. They've been slogs. They've been pitchers' duels. They have had to play perfect baseball. There's no room for error. There's no room for mistakes. That's the lesson to take away from this. You've beaten the Los Angeles Dodgers 4 times. That's great. What did you have to do to get those victories? That's the lesson. That's where the confidence comes from. If we do these things, we can beat any team. That's where it all stems from.
Yeah, and they've just done so well against division leaders so far this year. 2-1 against Detroit, 2-1 against Houston, 3-0 against Philly, 4-0 against the Dodgers. They are 13-5 against division leaders this year. Those other 3 losses, those damn Cubs, Drew, those damn Cubs. Drew, thank you so much for jumping on today. Enjoy the rest of your night, my friend. We'll talk again tomorrow.
Sounds good, Tommy.
There he is. Drew Wagner jumps off on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. 1 call, that's all. One more segment to get to as well.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Keys to the game, always how we wrap up the Leadoff Show. Freddie Peralta pitching today for the Milwaukee Brewers. Always exciting to see Freddie, the ace, going for Milwaukee. I would love to just see the starting rotation continue to do their damage against the LA Dodgers. Because this year, specifically against the Dodgers, the starting rotation has just been on another level every single time. And right now, Freddie Peralta, who had 6 innings last time out against LA, gets another shot at them. I would love to see him just replicate what he did last time. That worked out. And on top of that, Blake Perkins back in the starting lineup today for Milwaukee. Let's see Blake Perkins crack another hit. He got the bunt single yesterday. Textbook. Loved it. But Blake Perkins, see him play center field comfortably. Bottom of the order has been a huge part of the success as well for the Milwaukee Brewers. Blake Perkins, Freddie Peralta, your two keys to the game today. That's going to do it for us here at The Fan leadoff show presented by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on before each Brewers game. Tomorrow we'll be back at 2 o'clock as it'll be Jose Quintana going up against Clayton Kershaw. Some probables for the Seattle series. Woodruff game 1. Mizorowski will get game 2. Quinn Priester back on game 3. I love a back-to-back of Ms. Priester. Like, that's just so exciting every time. Those might be my two favorite pitchers to watch on the team right now. So that'll be a fun series in Seattle. We are out of time here on the leadoff show. Game number 2 from Los Angeles coming up next. Brewers taking on the Dodgers. Live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.